Sonic Mania is the best Sonic game I have ever played. But good lord, is that a low bar to beat. It does actually feel like an old Sonic game. They got that much right. But here's my problem with that. It feels like an old Sonic game. Since Sonic can only move quickly to the left and the right, if you get stuck in an area that involves vertical movement, everything slows down. The vertical climbing segments in Sonic are always terrible. The mid-air trajectory controls always feel a little bit slippery to me in these games, so I already didn't like the fact that I felt slightly out of control. But add in moving platforms, and this game gets frustrating. I hate Sonic for not understanding how to engross a new player. Sonic the Hedgehog is only fun if you've memorized the levels. NANI?! I have no idea when to jump if I can't see in front of me. In most platformers, the view focuses to the right, so that you can see in front of you. Not only does Sonic focus in the middle of the screen, but you're moving even faster and have even less time to react to these obstacles that jump out at you. Enemies, bounce pads that kill your speed. Here, let me count the number of frames I have to react to this obstacle I just hit on screen. Okay, now let's compare this to a Mario game running at full tilt. See what I mean? Sonic is very difficult to get quick at, as ironic as that is. The fastest hedgehog in the world, and I have to traverse levels like I'm walking on eggshells. What I don't understand is why these games take pride in killing off your speed so quickly. Your speed... It's like, I just got up to speed! Why are you killing it in a few seconds? The levels are typically winding mazes that you can never map out in your head. It makes the levels much harder to memorize, and thus, much harder to get better at. There's like 7 or 8 different paths to take in any given Sonic level, and most of the time it's hard to tell which one you're on. Take Chemical Plant Zone, for example, the second zone in this game. There's these tubes that take you all around to different parts of the level, but they move you around and intertwine so much that it's kind of difficult to tell if you're progressing or if you're backtracking. It's so confusing and it gets very tough to kind of sleuth out where the f you are in levels like these. On the other hand, Mario is pretty straightforward. There's branching paths and secret rooms, but there's always a clear progression point. Move right. Sonic, a lot of the time, will put you in a place where you're not sure you're going the right way. Maybe you're going backwards on another path that you didn't use to get where you are. Maybe you're going the wrong direction. Which way is the exit? It's hard to not get frustrated and quit when you're just so confused and all of the hype surrounding the whole going really fast thing is completely false for you because you haven't memorized every little detail of every act and every stage. It's frustrating. How many times have I said frustrating so far in this script? 4. Excellent. While I'm upset, let me complain a bit more about some core mechanics. When you take running paths that switch directions, it seems random as to when you're supposed to switch which direction you're holding on the D-pad. Sometimes if you don't switch over instantaneously, you'll lose speed, and sometimes if you don't keep holding the original direction for some time, you'll lose speed. It's a total grab bag, and it's annoying to have to try to guess which one it's gonna be. I died via a projectile as soon as I beat the final boss of Flying Battery Zone, and it canceled out my victory, and I got mad and wanted to throw the controller. The spin dash is finicky, and you have to be at a complete halt to use it. I died by getting crushed when I was obviously not anywhere near the wall I was supposedly crushed into. It's really difficult to keep the right momentum to dodge the missiles in the Studiopolis final boss. I died for no discernible reason by hitting these moving stair blocks at pace in Chemical Plant Zone. Actually, these vertical block segments in Chemical Plant Zone are my least favorite thing about this game. They aren't fun, they're just agonizingly slow and punishing. Again, I think personal preference plays a pretty big part in why I don't like Sonic games on the mechanic level, but there is some truth to the fact that it's very difficult to master the levels. Mario is much more approachable in its design. Anybody can pick it up and play it, finish the levels, and feel good about themselves on the surface level. The difference between Mario and Sonic is that in Mario, the feeling of gunning it comes from your ability to use techniques that are more advanced for movement, something the speedrunning community is great at. Having a very static system that takes getting used to, rather than spending enough time to master it, are two very different things. I just prefer to have the difficulty curve not ramped up to, where the f do I go? In the second act.